What is good, YouTube? My name is Samir Ross and welcome back to the Martial Consulting channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you how you can basically achieve your financial goal, whether it will be 10k per month, 20k per month, 100k per month. We're basically gonna reverse engineer your numbers that you have to hit to do so. It's basically the simplest, fastest, easiest way, whatever you want to call it, to hit your goal. I've recorded a clip about this on my computer, which I'm gonna cut in now, and then I'm gonna see you on there in a second. Alright, so welcome to probably the most important video you're ever going to watch if you want to scale your dojo to any financial goal, basically, or if you just want to reach any financial goal with your dojo. Because what we're going to do now is that we're going to reverse engineer your numbers for your dojo, because we have to see it like this: the world is only cause and effect. So every reaction has an opposite and equal reaction. No, a reaction has an opposite and equal reaction. I'm sorry, it's been a long day when I record this. So forgive me, please, my spelling mistakes in this video. But anyways, that's a story for another day. That's basically Newton's third law, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was his third law. Anyways, doesn't matter now. Yeah, but it's basically no magic to get with your dojo to like 10k per month or whatever. And so yeah, as I've said, we'll reverse engineer your numbers in this video, and you can basically follow along by clicking the link in the description where you can gain access to this file, and then you can click on file and make a copy, and then you can put this in your Google Drive, and then you can put in the numbers here as well. And then I've brought an example down here as well, which I'm going to walk you through in a second. And then up here we basically have the equation that you need to follow. So basically, firstly, you need to obviously define your goal. So what is your goal? Maybe 10k per month, 20k per month, whatever it might be, and then define the time frame. So maybe 20k per month in, I don't know, 6 months. Unrealistic, but maybe you're already at a couple grand per month. But you will assume for this video that you would be starting out from zero, basically. So your past students are not included into this. Although you could do this, but that's a story for another day. So let's say you want to get to 10k per month in 1 year. Ignore this at the moment. I'm going to explain that in a second. Yeah, but assuming you want to get to 10k per month in 1 year, and the only way for you to get students is basically through paid advertisements. So through doing ads on TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform. God forbid you're not doing LinkedIn or Twitter ads, but I guess you get the point here. And then the first thing you have to do, yeah, define your goal, define the time frame, as I've said, and then you can basically put your goal in here. And besides that, you could put the student value. So in this video, we're going to assume that one student is worth $100, and so then we obviously get to the students that are required to reach this goal, which is 100 students in this example. Now this differentiates on how much a membership is at your dojo. If it's $150, then it would be of course here 150 students. No, it would be even less. It would be, if I'm not mistaken, 50 students, something like that. Please forgive me the math. As I've said, it's been a long day. I'm also recording this video now for the third time because there was always something wrong in the equation. So let's hope that this time we've got everything right. But I guess if there was something wrong here, you would not hear my voice right now, and this video would not be uploaded to YouTube. But anyways, yeah, so once we have that, obviously your numbers might be different. You're gonna put the students that are required in here, and then you're gonna divide that by the TCR, and then you got to get the trials that are required. First of all, we're going to assume that you're working here with a 7-day free trial as an offer, like one class free trial, whatever, something free for an offer. And then TCR basically means trial to closing rate. So let's assume, or let's say 10 people walk into your dojo, and out of those 10 people, you would close 5. So 5 would sign a membership, then your TCR would basically be 50%, which we're going to assume in this example. So you would actually need 200 people to walk into your dojo to get them in for a trial. No, if you don't know your TCR at the moment, just assume something pessimistic, sorry. Maybe something like 30% would be good here. And then once you have that, once you have the number of trials that are required, we're going to calculate the bookings that are required. And how are we going to do that? Pretty simple. We're just going to divide the trials that are required with the booking to show rate. BCR also said booking to show rate means basically, let's say you book someone in, and then, oh no, let's phrase it differently. Let's say you book 10 people in for a trial class, and then out of those 10 people, how many are actually going to show up. If it's, for example, 40 people as 4 people out of those 10, then the BSR would be 40%. But as I've said, this might differentiate for you. I would assume for you something maybe like, yeah, 30% would be accurate. Be pessimistic here, because, well, what's the worst thing that can happen when you're pessimistic is that you reach your goal faster than you want to, or that you've calculated it to, and that you're basically going to be faster where you want to be. And I guess that's pretty cool. So, and when you're too optimistic, you're just going to be disappointed when you don't reach it in that time frame, and then you're just going to quit, which we obviously don't want. But yeah, in this example, we would then need 500 bookings, and then after we've gotten that, we can basically pretty easily, with the same framework, calculate the leads that are required. So for that, you just put the leads in here, and then now put the bookings that are required, in here, and then you're gonna divide that with the LBR, and the LBR means lead to booking rate. So give me a second. So let's say, for example, I just had a sip of water, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, anyways, let's continue. So LBR lead to booking rate. So let's say you get 10 leads, and out of those 10 leads, 3 book in. So you book 3 out of those 10 leads in, then your LBR would be 30%. In this video, we're just going to assume that it would be 20%, which is something that you can assume as well. If you don't know your numbers, as I've said, be pessimistic better than too optimistic. Quick story, there's a quote from a veteran who was fighting in the Vietnam War in the 60s, I guess, 70s, no, 60s, I guess. And he was basically saying the optimists die first, and he was going down with a parachute, and was getting kind of kept imprisoned there in war. And basically the people that said, oh well, we're going to be rescued in like 2 weeks, were the ones that died first, and the ones that said, well, we don't know when we're going to get rescued, maybe it's going to take 2 weeks, maybe it's going to take 2 years, we don't know, let's better be pessimistic. These were the ones that survived the longest. Story for another day. I hope you got that example. Anyways, let's continue. Then once we divide the bookings that are required with the LBR, we get to the leads that are required, and in this case it would be 2,500 leads, which might seem like a lot, yes, but as I've said, better be pessimistic than too optimistic. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to put the leads required in here, and then we're going to divide that with the time frame in days, and then we're going to basically get the leads that are required from us every single day. So in this case, we would divide that by 365, and including weekends and holidays. Yes, you're also going to run ads on weekends and holidays, but you're obviously not going to follow up with leads on weekends and holidays, as you don't want to call your leads on like a Sunday, which would be kind of weird, I guess. I get that point. So, and you also don't want to send like any text automations on Sunday. Do that on like under the week. Maybe on like when they sign up on a Saturday or Sunday, send the text automation out at like 8:05 on Monday a.m. 8:05, because 8 a.m. well, then maybe they know then that it's AI, but I guess you get the point, right? Don't follow up with your leads on weekends, but you can run ads on weekends as well, as people have to work under the weekend. Maybe they're scrolling through social media a bit more, or wherever you're running ads on the weekend, and on holidays, of course, as well. For example, Christmas is a great time for this. But anyways, yeah, once we do that, we get that we need 7 leads per day in this example. Once we have that, the leads per day required, we can put that in here, and then we can multiply that with the time frame in days per month, which we can basically, yeah, we can say, we can basically write something like 30 in here, because there are not going to be more days than 30 in a month. Oh no, there are going to be, of course, 31 days and sometimes 28 days, but I guess the average is 30 days per month. And then we would get to the conclusion in this example that we would need 210 leads per month. And what we can then do is that we can basically calculate how many leads we would, oh no, how much ad spend we would need to have per month, and how well are we going to do that? Well, we are basically just going to calculate 210, so 210 leads per month required. As I've said, you can see this as well, leads required multiplied with the lead cost. Lead cost in this example is going to be $5. Might differentiate for you, it might be $15. Yeah, if you don't know your numbers here, just write down something like $15. As I've said a couple times already in this video, better be pessimistic than too optimistic. Then we will need to spend 1,050 a month dollars on ads every month, and then we can just divide the monthly ad spend with 30, so 30 days, and then we get the daily ad spend, and in this scenario we would need to spend $35 on ad spend, and we get to the conclusion that if you spend $35 every day on ads, assuming the numbers above are constant, which they are probably not, sometimes they might be better, sometimes they might be worse, but assuming that, you would be after 1 year at a 10K per month dojo. And assuming the numbers are not constant, this is why you want to be pessimistic, because these numbers are not going to be constant. They're sometimes going to be even worse. And you can do this for yourself with your dojo, with your numbers. As I've said 10 times already, be pessimistic. Main lesson from this video, and then you're going to get your daily ad spend. You can use this as an example here. Firstly, of course, define your goal and the time frame. But this should help you. Also, you can see here that getting to 10K per month with your dojo, it's not like you need to have the fanciest website or whatever. It's pretty simple. Basically, you need to have a great lead follow-up process, a great TCR, a great booking to show rate, a great lead to booking rate. So these numbers need to be as high as possible, of course. And you then, like, once you have those 100 students, you also basically want to do this before, even if you only have one student, you want to provide them with the best martial arts classes possible, because the better the martial arts classes, well, the more students you're going to get through word of mouth, etc., etc., and the more confidence you're going to have in your program, the more people are going to sign up after a trial class, so the TCR is going to be higher. So all of this comes down to basically spending this amount on ads every month and focusing on providing the best martial arts classes possible, and then just keeping your numbers the same. Again, or maybe not again, if you already have good numbers on yours, so maybe you have like a conversion rate already of 80%, don't try to push it from 80 to like 90% or from 80 to like 100%. Just keep it there. It's good. Maybe then focus on the other rates if they're a little bit quote unquote fucked, if you can say so. But I guess you get the point of this video. I hope you found this helpful. Now, if you want to speed up the process of scaling your dojo to whatever number you have in mind right now, or whatever numbers your financial goal, click the first link in the description. It's going to take you to a funnel. Yes, I'm trying to sell you something here, so if you don't want to hear about it, click off. We can basically help you get more students for your dojo. And really, aside from that, subscribe, leave a like if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.